This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, it is nice to meet you. Today we are doing another speed build with the brand new Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, except this time we are not limiting any pack usage, so apologies for that, but sometimes a girl just has to use all of her packs, okay? I hope you're all doing well and enjoying this new pack if you did get it. If you are, please let me know what you're up to in the comments down below. I'm definitely curious to hear, and of course any suggestions for more businesses because I want to build more and I would love to hear what you guys would like to see. We have the shell all built already now and we're just adding some details, but I'm adding these details before I actually have the pack in my hands, before the pack was even released. This was actually a build I prepped, hoping to maybe use it as one of the first videos I posted with this pack, which I guess we're close enough. This is actually the second. I did post another one that is just base game and businesses and hobbies. It's such a mouthful to say that. Oh my god. But it's just limited pack over there, so it's super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that one or go check it out. I'll have it linked. But this one here is in Windenburg because of course that's the first place I thought of when this pack was released, or at least announced. Windenburg is like built for this kind of build, and I've done some like this in the past, and it just makes sense, you know. But here we are back in the world. Now I have businesses and hobbies in game, and we are changing up some of the exterior details. For example, I switched out the awnings. I think the awnings before were from it was either the Cozy Bistro kit or Get Together. I don't know. But Windenburg is the world that comes with Get Together, and with Get Together we got like the club system and other more, I think the cafe lot type, if I'm remembering it correctly. So of course for this build our business down here is a books and cafe kind of vibe. I love a good bookstore and cafe kind of moment in real life, so I was definitely interested in building one here. I think I've done like similar bookstores, libraries type things in the game, so it's kind of fun now that they can be used as like a home business sort of thing. So I imagine the sim who lives in the apartment upstairs here maybe runs this bookstore, or at the very least maybe they work here as a barista. Imagine that commute to work. Okay, honestly it might get a little boring, but I think having that option would be kind of nice, even if it's like a part-time gig, you know, on the weekends or something. So I don't know, you guys tell me if you would like that kind of a commute. Alternatively, I think this space would actually make a good like tavern or restaurant of some sort too. So if you like the shape of this build and you want to tweak it and everything, it is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is Symtherin, and of course you can do whatever you want to meet the needs of your game, except for uploading it as your own, unless you mention it, of course, you know, like just give credit where credit is due, and that goes for any builds you find on the gallery. Honestly, it's just good practice. But back to the build. Over here we are putting some outdoor seating. I use the Cozy Kitsch dining tables, which I really like, but paired it with the new chairs that these came with the businesses pack, right? And the umbrellas as well. I wanted to get a swing set in here because we do get a new swing set that I haven't been able to use yet, but it just wasn't fitting the space or the vibe a little bit. These benches are from Lovestruck. I mean, when I say I did not limit my packs, guys, I did not limit my packs. Which is actually maybe pretty fitting because the Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies pack has a lot of good like different cross pack compatibility, I guess it would be the word. So like if you have cats and dogs, you can open up a cat cafe, or if you have cottage living, maybe I've seen petting zoos, if you have growing together, maybe daycares, like, it's a lot of stuff you can do, and I feel like you can get really creative, which makes me want to do some gameplay too, and I keep talking about it, and maybe if I have some time soon, I'll record some. I just have to kind of figure that part out. But yeah, we got some debug items from that new pack out here, especially this bike rack I knew I wanted because I just love that item, and I think it's perfect for community lots like this, and I'm probably going to use it a lot. Back here, you can kind of see there are two different ways to enter the building, and the one with the platforms is pretty much a back entrance to the bookstore. The second one is pretty much the entrance up to the apartment above, and we're going to go through all of that a little later as well, because now we are hopping into the interior, and it took me a hot minute to figure out where I wanted to put the coffee bar. That is something I always struggle with, but I definitely wanted to make sure I figured that part out before I tried to do anything else. And this is where we pretty much land on. So we got the coffee bar, we have this like little bakery display, like where you can put sweets and treats and things to sell. And of course, we have a sink back here and just some storage and counter space. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I really do enjoy the build by items with this pack, especially like those counter space, like little end tables. I think those are just so pretty. They're not typically like a build style I tend to gravitate to. I definitely consider myself more of like the cottagey, more traditional kind of furniture feel and things, but I really have been having fun with this kind of design. And I struggled with the wallpaper and flooring. Here, I'm going to try a whole bunch of different things before I land on a base game wallpaper. And I just wasn't liking, I don't know, it felt too like incomplete. And I end up getting wood flooring again. And then there's this one base game wallpaper. You guys will see it pretty soon. But it has like a lot of fun patterns and stuff on it. And I've used it before in builds like this, and maybe that's a me problem, but I just like that one so much. And literally, I can't believe I didn't cut more of this out. So this is what I end up sticking with. This is the base game wallpaper I was just talking about. And I end up using these vampire floor tiles and thought about doing something funny with the base game ones that have like a little square like spiral design. That one came with I think the Blast from the Past event that just happened, which I think is over in about a week or so. Yeah, the 18th. So if you haven't done that, there are some really good items in there. I don't know about the Create a Sim items. I wasn't like too thrilled about them, but there are some cool floor tiles in there, and I really pretty much wanted that. And then there's also like those like blow up furniture couch and chairs from like back in the day, which I do want to do a build around those at some point, so stay tuned. I have like a list of things I need to do, and pretty much the release of this pack kind of put all of those projects on the back burner, so bear with me. But I hope you guys are enjoying this content anyway while we wait, because I'm enjoying playing with this pack. All right, what was I talking about? I totally blacked out for a second there. Like, wait, what did I just say? Anyway, we are cluttering up this spot back here a little bit. I didn't want it to look too cluttered, but I definitely wanted it to look like there was something going on, like maybe some extra napkins, some extra storage boxes and things. I did put a little like cat and dog treat, like little storage. I was trying to think of a better word for that, but I couldn't. If you guys aren't new, you know I tend to forget words a lot. But yeah, I thought that would be cute in case like someone maybe brought their cat over, or like I imagine this would be a pretty pet friendly place, right? And only because I want to take my dog everywhere with me all the time too, so I totally get it. And I tend to do that when I am in The Sims 4, but you can't really like grab treats from there, I don't think, unless I'm like completely wrong. I've never seen it. I've also never tried. So there's that. But I think that's pretty typical. Like if you go to Starbucks in the drive-thru, you can get a pup cup for your dog, and it's so cute. I love those videos. My dog loves a good pup cup too. My dog actually will eat anything. If I just go in the fridge to like grab a piece of cheese or something, she's right there. She's like, cheese tax, please, right now. Now that I have figured out the cafe part of this build and a little bit of some seating as well, I wanted to make sure I figured out like maybe some shelving and display cases and try and make that work a little bit. So I got this one from the new pack, and I thought that might be a fun place to like kind of separate the rest of the build from like where I would imagine a line would form, which I feel like I've seen in some places. So definitely works for me when I'm such an impulse buyer, guys. It's so bad. Like, I need to work on it, but if I see something cute or something I want to try, I'm like, yoink. So, like, for example, okay, last week I was in the grocery store and I go shopping with my mom every week and help her with her grocery shopping, my grandma's grocery shopping, and then I do mine as well since I'm there. So we were walking through the store, and then I turned and I was like, oh my god, they have Harry Potter themed fudge stripe cookies, like the butterbeer flavored, and not a sponsor, okay? And I was like, oh my god, so cool. And I was like, I gotta try these because it's Harry Potter, and what kind of fan would I be, okay? And then, not that I condone anything the author has ever done or said. I gotta say that first and foremost, so just so you guys know. But anyway, so I was like, great, I want to try these so bad. And then this other lady was walking by and she was like, oh, they have popcorn over there too. And there was like Skinny Pop, butterbeer flavor. And I'm a sucker for butterscotch. So I was like, oh, okay, so I buy that too. Flash forward to this weekend. Goldfish butterbeer. What? So of course I had to get that as well. I haven't tried the goldfish crackers yet, but then also on the same shelf there was like little butterbeer bottles, like cream soda, kind of butterscotch cream soda stuff. Anyway, I'm rambling on too much about this because we pretty much have the interior laid out down here of the store. But what I'm saying is impulse buying is a thing, and people and stores and stuff are very, very smart for putting display cases while you're waiting in line. How many times have you grabbed like a candy bar while you're waiting at line in the grocery store? I've done it a million gazillion times, and I will do it a million more times. But it works because you're just waiting, you're looking around, you're like, ooh, yum, that sounds good. And you grab it, and then there you go. There goes your money right out of your pocket. But I am guilty of doing that way too often, and I really need to fix that. But I am putting like these debug book like display things up on these shelving. They don't snap very well, and I don't have my tool mod installed, so I couldn't really like try and finagle things without like it being too much of a hassle for me. So I kind of just left it thinking maybe the store's in like a little bit of a disarray, but I don't think you can buy those books. I'm not sure. Something was happening while I was playtesting, so you guys are just gonna have to see that. We're upstairs now in the apartment though, so let's talk about that for a little bit. Figuring out the layout up here was probably like the hardest thing I've had to do ever in my life. Not really. I'm a little over dramatic, okay? But it was hard and really struggling because I knew I wanted like a double bed up here just in case you have two Sims who can live here. I wanted that to be a possibility. In the end, it turned out I had this really awkward, long, like hallway type room. And I was like, oh God, how am I going to furnish this? How is this even going to work? And I was like, you know what? It can be a kitchen. So I think this is pretty realistic. I feel like I've seen apartments like this, if not in pictures or TV or something, perhaps in real life. Like, it just feels like this would happen, especially if you're living on top of a business. I mean, you obviously have limited amount of space anyway. You're in an apartment, you make it work to the best of your ability. So you enter in here and right into the kitchen, which is really long, but you have a lot of storage space. You have a ton of counter space. I end up getting a few different appliances in here. We have this mixer up here because I was thinking maybe if the Sim owns the cafe downstairs. Maybe they bake the muffins and cupcakes up here and stuff and bring them down, and you can put those in that display case down there for extra money, you know? You know what I'm saying? We need money. But yeah, but then also like a little coffee maker up here, which might be maybe counterintuitive if you have literally a coffee shop downstairs. But I feel like I would still have a coffee maker up here because one, I'm lazy. Two, it's just convenient because I'm lazy. I don't know what else to tell you. I would still do that. But we are trying to figure out some curtains, which this was really difficult for me, but I end up going with the seasons one. I end up using blinds for my first pet stuff, which at the end of touring this video, I totally forgot I did that, so you'll see that. And then, yeah, up here we use the wood flooring from the new pack and wallpaper from the new pack because I'm just obsessed with all of the textures. Behind the counters and cabinets on the kitchen side, I use the brick that comes with this pack. This table, I think, comes with this pack. I end up not using these chairs. I wanted to use those chairs so bad because the cushions match the wallpaper accent I had going on in the living room, but the wood tone just wasn't working for the rest of the wood tone that was happening up here. I went back to the counters and tried to see if there was a matching wood tone, but there wasn't, and I just didn't feel like trying to make that work today. So it is what it is, which I forgot to mention. I can't stop using those new base game cabinets and counters that we got with the anniversary update. Like, those are so good. I think those are my new favorite, and I'll never stop. But I also used to say that about the Dream Home Decorator ones too, which I actually don't use as often anymore. Surprise, surprise. So there's that. We'll see. You know, who knows? Something else might come along and I'll be like, these are my favorite now. And that's okay. That's life, you know? Anyway, in the dining room, we make sure we get like these chairs with the green cushion. Those are from Dream Home Decorator. And I get the record player with some vinyl storage up here too, which then I was like, wow, up here it's got a really like, I feel like 70s vibe, and I'm really loving it. So I hope you guys too. And then I get a vase up here from the pottery. I was gonna say pottery kit, but it's literally from the businesses and hobbies pack. I'm sorry, I keep saying it. I can't keep track anymore. There's so many. So bear with me. I do my best. These chairs though, these sofas, these are from the Refined Living kit, which was created by, give me 1 second, I'll find out. Pierre Sim, that's who it was. I'm sorry. It's kind of getting late over here for me, even though it's almost 8 p.m. But I've done later voiceovers, so it's been a long week. I mentioned that in the last video, so we're not going to get into the living room. Here we are. We have it laid out a little bit. I pair it with this end table. I think that's from For Rent. I really like that one, and plus it had like this fun little floral like decor pattern on it. In this apartment, I was really thinking like maybe the Sim is a collector of like old things and they try and just make it work for their style. Maybe those couches are a little newer for some reason. I don't know. I just felt like they looked good in here, so I used them. And then we get a bookshelf over here, and I thought the wood tones matched a little bit with this end table, accent table, TV stand, whatever you want to call it. That one's also from Refined Living, and this bookshelf is actually from Life and Death. So we're throwing a lot of packs out here. And now I just put a game controller down. So now we've got Comfy Gamer Kit from Little Simsy up here. And look at these string lights. These are also from the new Businesses and Hobbies kit. And there's a lot more that you can do with some of them. It's like a build your own string light kind of thing. And I can't wait to play with that a little more. I just didn't think it fit too well in this build. Now we are trying to figure out a rug here, and we go through some options. In the end, I didn't want to put another like square or rectangle rug because we have one in the dining room over here, and I just felt like that was too similar. So instead, I stick with this circular one. I think that one's from Life and Death as well. Besides that, I feel like there is just a few more details we add, like this book nook little clutter piece on the coffee table. I love that piece. and some pillows. Those are base game pillows from, I think you have to unlock those, or you had to unlock those in one of the events, I believe. But moving on, we actually finished the bathroom first, which is fun. So we had to put this new flooring tile down, and I think that's a Parenthood tiling on the walls. We get a sink, a toilet. We just grab the same counters from in the other room in the kitchen, and we absolutely had to use the bathtub from this pack because it's so pretty. I wish we did get a shower as well because sometimes that's an easier option for Sims, but I really like this tub and I love a good bathroom moment, so I felt like this was really cozy. I think this would be a nice one to kind of unwind and get ready for your day in. So here we have our bedroom, the final room of our build, and we pick out the bed that we got from the new pack as well. Pairing it with some end tables was a little hard for me. I didn't want it to look too modern, but not too traditional. I think we stick with these from Cottage Living. I actually really like these end tables. I use them a lot. And on the wall, we get, and I remember the name of this now. I didn't remember earlier, but I think it's from the storybook kit, I believe. No, Secret Sanctuary kit. Yes, that's the one. Of course, that's it. It has Bella Goth, and that's literally her kit. But I love that piece, and I need to use it more. We also were able to fit in the Jungle Adventure mirror. That's probably one of the better mirrors in the game. At least I feel like a lot of us agree with that anyway. And then we just get a dresser here. This dresser is actually from the new pack. I didn't feel like the desk from the new pack really fit here, but I do have to say, bravo Sims team for giving us another one tile desk. We need more of those, and I still say we need one in base game, so fingers crossed we get one at some point down the line. I would love to see that happen because sometimes you're building small and you don't have room for a full-on desk like this one here. This one's actually from, I believe, Lovestruck, if I'm remembering it correctly. And I just realized I used the same chair here as I did in the dining room, which maybe isn't too surprising because maybe you bought the set, but you didn't need the chair at the dining room table or something, and you just used it for the desk, but you can always pull it out in case you need it. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Wow, I'm so smart. Sometimes I like the way my brain thinks. Well, we're just adding some more curtains over here, and I think we get a book nook chair and stuff, but that's pretty much been our build, but don't go away yet. We are going to grab a sim and hop into live mode and take a look at it from that angle of the game and show you how this is all going to function. Here we are live in Windenburg. I went ahead and opened up our little cafe and books, cafe, home business. I don't know what I'm calling it, but this is what it looks like in live mode. And I think it came out pretty cute. I feel like it fits the world of Windenburg a little better than it would in Nordhaven. But out here you can see a lot of aspects of that. We do have the bike rack here and a lot of landscaping. We have one garden plot here in case someone wants to plant something, some outdoor seating. And of course, if you want to read books, I pretty much put this ticket booth here so that you have to pretty much pay to come in here and read the books, and then anything extra will come from our coffee bar. Okay, Valentina. Sorry about that, guys. But I don't know if any of these books on these racks are like, they probably can't be sold, but it's kind of good to see. That's why, you know, I didn't think the books could be sold. So, but look, we just sold our first little treat at the coffee bar. We can probably stock some things here. She doesn't have anything in her inventory, but we can probably go and bake some things, which would be fun. And yeah, she can do that all in her apartment, which is upstairs. But this is our gorgeous little coffee area, our coffee bar, some basic clutter. I like using this cake stand to kind of display some more water bottles and things. And I even put some up here, like think Starbucks. You know how they always have like water bottles and mugs all around and stuff? That's what I was thinking. One little seating area over here. And look at this. We are booming. Oh, did he buy a book? Maybe he did. I'm not sure. He got something. Or was it every hour charge or anything? I don't know. But yeah, there's also cozy seating over here. And if any Sims want to do any work on the computer, like this guy just left this here, so that's annoying. Unfortunately, there is no bathroom. However, there is one right off here, so I didn't feel too bad about not including one in here. I just didn't have the space. But let's go upstairs, which I have actually already play tested off camera because I had to wait for daytime. And let me try and get some better angles for you guys. First off, you will enter through this door, and that is where our stairs will lead up. I do have a burglar alarm up here. I don't know if that would work, but this little box here is set to residential, so no customers should be coming up here. And then when you come upstairs, there's a small landing and you enter the build. Maybe not the build, but I should say more so apartment. So this is what it looks like from here. This is the best angle of the kitchen, I think. It's really narrow, but it has everything you need. Plenty of space to prep. You even have like a KitchenAid mixer over here, coffee maker. I think that's really cute, and some decorations over here, so super fun. Over here is our dining space where we left a bowl. Oop, there's proof of my playtesting there then, I guess. But we have some records and everything. I really like the vibes in here. It's giving some kind of like 70s retro vibe a little bit, but maybe more updated. And then the living room over here, I love this wallpaper from the new pack, so good. And we've got some cozy seating from the refined living room kit, some book nook clutter, and a game controller over there as well, so you can play games over here. Good way to unwind. I even included some of the gaming clutter over here on this bookshelf. Moving right along, we have our bedroom. Pretty simple. I feel like we have the new bed from the new businesses and hobbies pack, so it looks super comfy in this room. Lots of greens happening. I love this wall art here from, we got that in one of the recent kits. I'm blanking on the name right now. And then of course we have a little PC gaming setup here just for funsies, a dresser, and behind this door we have our bathroom. Here is our tub and our toilet and sink, all functional, all ready for your sim to just kind of move in, start their own business. Let's take a look. We are popping. We are making some money already. I don't know, does this show us how much money we've made so far? I don't know if it does. I don't know how to do all that. I haven't explored the gameplay too much yet, but if you guys enjoyed this build, it is up on the gallery for you guys to enjoy. I named it Cafe Home Business because I'm so creative, but do keep in mind it does use a ton of packs. If you guys didn't know, you can click on one of these icons. Let's say the bathroom clutter kit, you don't have it, and you click on it, right? It shows first what the pack includes, but over here you can click show used item, and then you see I only used one towel rack, so that could be easily replaced, I feel like. And then there's other things like, I didn't even know I used my first pet stuff. What item did I use? Oh, the blinds. I like those blinds. But yeah, this was so cute, and it looks like maybe they did buy the books over here, which is fun. So I think this actually works. Obviously, it would help to have some staff because I see a ton of things that need to be cleaned up. We're on a roll here, and I think this would be super fun to play out and kind of storyline wise. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks again to EA for gifting me a code to this pack to check it out, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye! And of course, shout out to my very first channel member. Thank you so much for supporting me in this way, and if any of you are interested in joining, click that join button and see what kind of perks you'll get.